So Prince Archie is turning 7 on May the 6th. Yay, that's our boy. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Seems like yesterday when it was announced that Meghan was pregnant on their Australian tour, and we were so excited. But anyway, as you know, he will be celebrating his 7th birthday in Montecito with his family. And we know that Meghan has made him a ginger-scented candle named after his birthday. And his father was in a minefield in Ukraine a couple of weeks ago. And by all accounts, Archie is a very happy, loved child, growing up in a household described by everyone who has worked in it as warm, normal, and focused on the children above everything else. So it sounds to me like a beautiful, idyllic childhood. Yet the Daily Mail have chosen in all their wisdom to revisit the title controversy. So I'm going to go through the key claims in that article very carefully. And they've done something. They've literally not put the article behind a paywall because they want eyes on it. And they want to stir the pot. And this is why I'm so glad that Harry and Meghan left the UK, because their children, my God, their children would have been cannon fodder for their cousins. Oh my God, they would have done a number on those children. So I'm so glad that Harry and Meghan are hiding their faces. Yes, you will not see them because you do not deserve to see them, UK. But anyway, so the piece describes Meghan as having faced backlash for monetizing her children by releasing birthday candles in their honor. The candles are named Signature Candle number 506 for Archie and 604 for Lilibet, which is referencing their birthdays. They are ginger scented for Archie because he has red hair like his dad, and they are not photographs of the children. The children's names have not been used to endorse products. They are simply a mother making something that celebrates her children in the specific private language of a family. The Duchy of Cornwall, that sells products under the Crown Estate's commercial operation, and nobody describes that as monetizing the monarchy, do they? But it's the hypocrisy and the double standard. The press is going to be the ruin of that family, and the sycophantic, disgusting people who keep coming for Harry and Meghan are going to bring about the downfall of the monarchy. Because at the end of the day, nobody accuses them of monetizing the monarchy. And they have a plethora of products, including a fashion range, think about it, they've made it. And yet, nobody accuses them of monetizing. Now, this particular piece frames the title situation as Meghan having first claimed that she chose to give Archie no title to preserve his privacy, and then contradicting herself in the Oprah interview by saying that the palace denied him one. Now, this is the problem, right? And when they write these disingenuous and deceitful and lie-filled articles, they never write the whole truth. Now, at the time of Archie's birth in 2019, he was not yet entitled to the style of prince under the letters patent that governed royal titles at the time. The letters patent was issued by George V in 1917, and it specified that the title of prince or princess was automatic only for children and grandchildren of the sovereign in the male line. So as the son of a prince who was the son of the heir to the throne, but not the son of a king, and she described these as being connected. And from what I remember, there may have been discussions around not giving Archie the prince title when his grandfather ascends. Yes! Because you see, this is how I know Harry and Meghan are telling the truth, because they took everything from them. The royal family themselves, they proved everything Harry and Meghan said right by their own actions. They broke the Sandringham Summit Agreement. They took their home from them when, quite frankly, everyone was wondering, why on earth would you do that? Then they made the Sussexes pay back the 2.4 million refurbishment costs, which I don't understand. So they made them pay it back, and then they took the home anyway. And then, on top of everything else, they had concerns about Archie's skin color. And remember that in Spare, Harry said that his father asked, is Meghan going to go back to work because I haven't got any money I haven't got any money for her because I'm paying for your brother and his wife as it is. So there was no money in the kitty for Meghan anyway. So if this is a father-in-law that is refusing to pay for his son's wife and yet wanted them to work as senior royals, right? And is not willing to pay for her. And by pay for her, I mean get her clothes and all, because I call those clothes uniform, get her uniform, get her whatever she needs to carry out the role. So if he wasn't willing to do that, what makes you think that he wouldn't deny Archie the title when he becomes king? Think about it. But anyway, Harry said publicly that his children's security was raised in the same conversations as the title question. That the title is constitutional and can be explained by letters patent. The security refusal is harder to explain because security for the grandchild of the heir to the throne is not a constitutional inevitability in the same direction. So basically, grandchild of the heir to the throne doesn't mean you automatically get security. So they were trying to conflate the two. So they were trying to tell Harry and Meghan, well, doesn't Archie may not automatically get security anyway, and also this title situation. So they were trying to imagine both conversations at the same time. So the institution chose not to extend security. That choice was made, and it was made while someone was asking about the child's skin color. Imagine that. And also, the Daily Mail wrote in this piece, they said something about the Lord Dumbarton story that Archie was going to be called, and that was presented as evidence that Meghan turned down a title for Archie out of vanity about the word dumb. And the source for this is, of course, Tom Bower, who, as we know, he just makes it up as he goes along. Because like he said, he's after Meghan and he wants the Sussexes obliterated from public life. He said it himself. So we know that Tom Bower uses trolls as sources, and his books are riddled with errors, and I've discussed some of those errors in a few videos here, and I'm not going to repeat them. But the problem is, this conversation that Tom Bower was talking about, as in Meghan turned down the Lord Dumbarton title for Archie because they had the word dumb, that again has no source. Anonymous sourcing as per usual. So now Archie is Prince Archie. He gained the title automatically when King Charles acceded in September 2022 under the updated letters patent. His sister is Princess Lilibet, and both titles are confirmed on the official royal family website. So Daily Mail can suck it. So Harry and Meghan have never said they want their children to have titles as birthright, right? They've said we want our children to have the titles as birthright, and then they can decide for themselves when they are old enough if they want to use them or not. but it's their birthright. And that's where I'm going with this video. If something is your birthright, you keep it. Yes, you keep it. If it's my birthright, I'ma have it. But anyway, I want to wish Archie the happiest birthday ever. And may he be blessed in the city. May he be blessed in the fields. May he be blessed going out. May he be blessed coming in. May everything he does prosper. May the blessings of the heavens and the blessings of the earth be conferred upon him for generations to come. Amen and amen and amen. Happy birthday, Archie. We love you. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments, please. My name's Elizabeth. I'm the author of The Luxpreneur. And for more insights like these, please like, share, comment, and click on the subscribe button, please. And make sure you are subscribing to Elizabeth Solaru 4970. It's my only YouTube account on this channel. And to support my work, you can buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/Elizabeth Solaru, or you can get a copy of my book, The Luxpreneur, from Amazon, Waterstones, or Barnes & Noble.
Prince Archie's 7th birthday and the title controversy. As Prince Archie approaches his 7th birthday on May 6th, a child growing up in the warmth of a Montecito home filled with family, ginger-scented candles, and the ordinary rhythms of childhood, the machinery of controversy has once again been set in motion. The Daily Mail's decision to resurrect the title question during this particular week, when his father has only recently returned from standing at a mass grave in Boucher, and his mother has quietly marked another year by creating something small and fragrant in his honour, reveals how persistently certain narratives are weaponized against this family. The constitutional facts are straightforward. At his birth in 2019, Archie fell outside the parameters of the George V letters patent that governed royal titles, a technicality that required no drama, no controversy, no maternal vanity about unfortunate surnames. What happened instead was a conflation of two entirely separate questions: the title, which is constitutional and explicable, and the security, which is not, and which remains the piece's studious blind spot. The palace chose not to extend security to the grandson of the heir to the throne, while someone somewhere was asking what colour his skin would be. When Charles acceded in September 2022, Archie became Prince Archie automatically, as did his sister, Lilibet. Both titles now confirmed on the official royal family website. Harry and Meghan have said they want their children to have these titles as a birthright and to choose for themselves, when older, whether to use them. A position that is fundamentally reasonable, fundamentally loving, and fundamentally about allowing a child to inherit his own life, rather than having it decided by tabloid chronology and institutional convenience. On the week of his 7th birthday, a boy who deserves nothing more than a normal childhood and a birthday unmarred by recycled grievances receives instead another reminder that his family's private decisions will be endlessly reframed as public controversy. Archie's life and current circumstances. Archie Sussex turns 7 on May 6th, and he will celebrate this milestone in Montecito, surrounded by his family. He is growing up in what those who work within his household describe as a warm, normal environment, one fundamentally oriented around the needs and well-being of the children above all else. By every account, he is a happy and deeply loved child, the kind of boy who receives a ginger-scented candle from his mother on his birthday, named for the particular shade of red that matches his father's hair. This is the private language of family affection, the small rituals that mark a childhood. He lives within the protective circle of people who know him, who witness his ordinary joys and ordinary sorrows, untouched by the machinery of public scrutiny that so often attempts to reduce him to a controversy, rather than simply allow him to be a 7-year-old boy on his birthday. The candle controversy misrepresented. The piece describes Meghan as having faced backlash for monetizing her children by releasing birthday candles in their honour. The candles are named Signature, candle number 506 for Archie and number 604 for Lilibet, referencing their birthdays. They are ginger-scented for Archie because he has red hair like his father. They are not photographs of the children. They are not the children's names used to endorse products. They are a mother making something that celebrates her children in the specific private language of a family. The Duchy of Cornwall sells products under the Crown Estate's commercial operation. Nobody describes that as monetizing the monarchy. Constitutional context of royal titles. The letters patent, issued by George V in 1917, established the framework that would determine royal title eligibility for generations to come, specifying that the style of prince or princess was automatic only for children and grandchildren of the sovereign in the male line. When Archie was born in 2019, this constitutional precedent meant he did not automatically qualify for a title, as he was the son of a prince who was himself the son of the heir to the throne, but not the son of the king. This crucial distinction, one that most coverage of the title controversy glosses over entirely, explains why no title was bestowed at birth without requiring any decision on the part of his parents. However, this constitutional context changed irrevocably when Charles acceded to the throne in September 2022, at which point Archie became entitled to the title of Prince under the updated letters patent, a change that was duly reflected on the official royal family website and confirmed as his birthright. The security question, overlooked, the title discussion and the security arrangements were never separate matters. They were explicitly connected in the conversations that took place. Yet, while the constitutional basis for the title question can be traced through the letters patent and their specific provisions, the security refusal remains conspicuously unexplained in nearly all coverage of this story. The palace chose to deny security to the grandchild of the heir to the throne, a decision that was made and documented, and notably made during the same discussions where concerns about the child's skin colour were being raised. The title situation is constitutional and therefore explicable. The security question is institutional and therefore harder to justify, which may explain why it is so persistently avoided. Harry has stated publicly that these two matters were raised together, that the security and the title were part of the same conversations. Yet the institutional response has been to address only the constitutional element while leaving the security decision unexamined and undefended. This asymmetry in explanation, a full constitutional accounting for the title, a persistent silence on the security, tells its own story about what the institution found defensible and what it preferred to leave unspoken. The dubious Lord Dumbarton claim. The Lord Dumbarton story is presented as evidence that Meghan turned down a title for Archie out of vanity about the word dumb. The source for this claim is Tom Bower, whose factual record has been documented as containing multiple verifiable errors, and whose institutional position toward the Sussexes is demonstrably not neutral. More significantly, it is attributed to a private conversation in which Bower was not present, and therefore could not have witnessed firsthand. The piece offers this anecdote without any corroborating evidence, without quotes from anyone who was actually in the room, and without acknowledgement of Bower's track record of inaccuracy. It is presented simply as explanation for a title decision, as though a rumour from a source with documented credibility problems constitutes sufficient grounds for such a serious claim about a parent's motivations. The constitutional path to Prince Archie's title. Archie is now officially Prince Archie on the royal family website, and his sister is officially Princess Lilibet, their titles confirmed and constitutional following King Charles's accession in September 2022 under the updated letters patent that automatically conferred princely status upon them. Harry and Meghan have been clear and consistent in their position. They want their children to have these titles as a birthright, a matter of constitutional entitlement rather than choice, and they intend to let Archie and Lilibet decide for themselves when they are older whether they wish to use them. It is, fundamentally, an affectionate and reasonable stance toward children born into circumstances they did not select, who deserve the agency to determine their own relationship with the weight of their inheritance. The titles belong to them by right of blood and succession. What they choose to do with that inheritance is theirs alone to decide. The cruelty of timing. When media scrutiny overshadows childhood milestones. The Daily Mail's decision to resurrect the title controversy precisely during Archie's birthday week is not coincidental. It is deliberately calibrated to maximize impact and overshadow what should be a private family celebration. By publishing this piece now, as the child prepares to turn 7, the outlet frames parental decisions that were reasonable, constitutionally grounded, and made with careful consideration as though they were scandalous controversies worthy of renewed interrogation. The timing transforms what could have been a measured historical retrospective into something far more pointed. An intrusion into a child's birthday week, titles and vanity and security decisions that were never adequately explained in the first place. The piece does not ask whether children deserve to have their birthday weeks consumed by their parents' controversies. It simply publishes anyway during the most important week of the year for a 7-year-old boy, because the timing ensures maximum damage to a celebration that should have belonged entirely to him.